You're scrolling, and there it is again. A 22-year-old accidentally launched an app, and now the world calls it destiny. A singer blew up overnight from one video, and suddenly they're flying in a life you can't even imagine. And your chest tightens for a second. Not because you're jealous, because your brain is comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's perfectly cropped final frame. That thought, why not me, isn't a complaint. It's an identity alarm. It's your mind asking a deeper question. Do I matter if I'm not winning yet? And this is where people get trapped. Because once success becomes proof of your worth, you stop building patiently and start chasing speed. You rush decisions, you switch plans too early, you abandon the boring work the moment it stops giving quick validation. You start treating your life like a slot machine. Pull the handle, refresh the page, wait for a miracle. And when you see someone blow up, you don't feel inspired, you feel accused. Like their success is evidence that you're doing something wrong. So you work harder, but with panic. And panic is expensive. It burns focus. It turns discipline into noise. It makes you want shortcuts, even when shortcuts quietly steal your future. Today, the real danger isn't failing. It's letting comparison rewrite your timeline into shame. So let's name the real enemy. Not successful people, not luck. The enemy is the storytelling machine. Because the internet doesn't reward the middle, it rewards the ending. The algorithm sells conclusions, not process. It sells the victory photo, not the training, the applause, not the repetition. Psychology has a name for what this does to your mind: survivorship bias. You only see the winners, not the thousands who tried the same thing and stayed invisible. It's like watching jackpot winners and thinking the secret is simply buy more tickets. You don't see the millions who bought even more and got nothing. And then there's another illusion, the iceberg illusion. When someone finally blows up, your brain pins the success on the last thing they did. One post, one app, one lucky moment. But most overnight successes are really attempt number 487. The first 486 didn't go viral, they went quiet. And quiet effort is what the camera never shows. There's a line in The Alchemist people love to repeat. When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. Most people hear that like a cosmic delivery promise, like the universe is a service that ships success to your door in 24 hours. But the deeper reading is simpler and harder. The help appears once you've already been walking, long enough to become the kind of person who can hold the result without breaking under it, long enough that your desire turned into discipline. Psychology agrees with that too. One of the strongest predictors of long-term achievement isn't talent, it isn't connections, it's grit, passion, and perseverance over time. And your brain isn't passive in this process. Repeated practice strengthens pathways. Like insulation wrapping a wire, the signal moves faster, cleaner, and with less effort. That's why masters look calm. They're not gifted in some magical way. They're insulated by repetition. Here's the real story of success, and I'm going to say it more than once because your mind needs repetition more than motivation. Success is compound. It's not a lightning strike, it's a savings account. Small deposits made when nobody claps. The problem is, most people want a dramatic moment, not a quiet system. They want evidence, not endurance. Success is compound, and proof comes last. The proof always arrives late. First you build skill, then you build consistency, then you build trust. Trust in yourself, trust from others, trust in your craft, and only then does the world call it talent. The world doesn't see your practice, it sees your output, and it assumes you were born like that. Proof comes last, reps come first. Reps before recognition. Recognition is the receipt. Repetition is the purchase. If you want receipts without purchases, you will always feel cheated by life. You'll call it unfair, you'll call it luck, but the truth is simple. The receipt can't appear until the purchase is made. Reps before recognition, and the quiet years are the training years. Those quiet years aren't punishment, they're training. They are the phase where your identity stops needing applause to keep going. They are the phase where you learn to show up even when the work feels invisible. And invisible work is where real skill is built. The quiet years are the training years, and training is measurable. People argue about natural talent, but the pattern stays stubborn. The best performers stack more focused hours, not random work, deliberate practice, feedback, adjustment, another rep. They don't romanticize their mood. They don't wait to feel ready. They build readiness through repetition. And every time you show up, you're not just producing results, you're producing you. A calmer nervous system, a sharper attention span, a stronger baseline of self-trust. You're teaching your brain, we do what we said we'd do. That's not productivity, that's identity. So make it measurable. Pick one craft, define your daily reps, write them down like a contract, track them weekly. Protect your focus like it's income, because it is. Your attention is the currency that buys your future. And let me repeat the part most people hate. You don't rise, you build. You don't rise because you felt inspired one day. You build because you kept showing up on days that felt ordinary, days that felt heavy, days that felt pointless. And then one day, the world calls it sudden. The real flex isn't speed, it's stability. It's being the kind of person who doesn't disappear when progress is slow. It's being able to stay loyal to the work before the work pays you back. Success is compound. Proof comes last. Reps before recognition. You don't rise, you build. The quiet years are the training years. Here's the shift. Stop asking, how fast can I get there? Ask, how real can I become? Because real success has weight. It requires structure, patience, and a nervous system that doesn't collapse under pressure. When you commit to reps, you stop fearing time. Time becomes your ally. You stop begging life for quick validation and start building something that can't be taken from you. Your timeline isn't broken, it's being forged, quietly, daily, on purpose. Rowling wasn't chosen. She lived through a long middle before the world noticed. Edison didn't fail. He refined again and again until the result finally held. And Sanders didn't blow up. He kept hearing no until one yes changed the map. So if you're in the middle, good. That's where builders are made. Take one breath, close the highlight reels, and do today's reps.